guys, I'm Chef D-Max. Welcome back to my kitchen. Today, a Tarragon Aioli, super simple and something you'll love to have in your fridge to use with many different things. So click subscribe if you're not doing that already. Give me a thumbs up if you like this video and ring that bell and I'll send you new things I have coming up. So stay with me for Tarragon Aioli. Okay, we're back with Tarragon Aioli. I want to get the little cup for my NutriBullet because I don't want to make a big amount. I just want to make, a nice little pint-sized container that'll last me for, last me for a few days. Well, in the fridge it'll last for at least a week, these, in a decent quality. But they'll last even longer. They kind of get dull a little bit. But I want to take one egg. So this is one of those actual pasteurized eggs. Right, so they're sound pasteurized, and you know that by the little stamp that they put on there. So people who are a little scared to eat an egg at the raw stage, because this doesn't get cooked. It only gets cooked with the citrus that I'm going to puree with this, and it's going to be lemon in this case. You're going to cut the lemons like this, and just add them to your egg. And first thing we'll do is we'll make a kind of a puree of just the egg and the vinegar and the seasonings, and then we'll add in our oil last. Now my thumb is killing me because I kind of cut it the other day, and here these lemons don't look like they have any seeds in them, so that's why I'm just squeezing them in here. So I'm doing 1.5 lemons. Oops, that was a seed, so I got to dig it out. Okay, so if you get a seed in, you just dig it out. Simple as that. Okay. It's usually 1 egg, 1 lemon is the recipe, but I put 1.5 because I want it to be a little bit sharper. And then I'm also going to add vinegar to this. So with this, I've got tarragon. Now I picked the tarragon leaves, and this is what it looks like normally. You see how there's like a little heavy stem, and then you just pick the leaves off like this, and the stem, sometimes it's a heavy piece of stem, you just throw that in your trash. And then what I do is I like to leave some chopped in there. So what I'll do is I'll puree this up with just half of the picked tarragon. So this ends up being 1 bunch of tarragon. So 1 egg, 1.5 lemon, 1 bunch of tarragon. Now, I'm going to take some Dijon mustard. Oops. And I know this is the end of my batch here. So I'm trying to get rid of this last bit of Dijon. But we're looking at 1 tablespoon. And I know there's a tablespoon in there. And I'm going to get it all out. Okay, good. Beautiful. All right, so 1 tablespoon of that. I love mustard. What a great flavor. You think about somebody decided to take mustard seeds and soak them, puree them, and make this condiment that we use every day. If you cook a lot, you use it every day. So with this is, you can see a jar I have of garlic confit. Now, you can check in my recipe database, and I'll put it up here, but sometimes it doesn't show up. Sometimes it does, depending what kind of, using your phone, or using your TV to watch this. But if it doesn't, you can just go and search under my videos, search garlic confit, and you will find this, which is basically cooked garlic cloves. Now you got to reach down in the bottom to get the garlic, because on the top layer is a layer of the olive oil that I cook it in. And I put 1 nice big tablespoon of that in, right? And then I kind of press that garlic oil back on it. And this will last in my fridge for months. So it's really nice. And I'll put a little of the oil in there too, because it's always nice to have that extra garlic oil. But that garlic, the great part about it, the garlic is sweet. It's been cooked, so it doesn't have anything harsh in it. It's really nice. Now another condiment that I keep in my fridge, because a lot of times I love making oysters, and I love making a tarragon mignonette, which is just tarragon vinegar with champagne vinegar with tarragon, shallots, and black pepper in it. Very simple. It's really nice with seafood. So I always have like extra, like when I get tarragon like this and I have a big amount of it from my bush that I'm growing, then I'll make vinegar because it won't last, right? Tarragon will wilt in your fridge and die. So, and it's hard because it's a very strong flavor to use it in a million different things. So I end up putting it in a vinegar, and then I'll have that flavor, that tarragon flavor, to use later without actually having the fresh herb. But in this, because I'm making this tarragon aioli, I'm going to want to use, a tablespoon, 2 tablespoons of tarragon vinegar. If you don't have that, you can simply use a white wine vinegar or champagne vinegar. I'll put a little touch of that in for freshness too. Okay, they're both great. Now, I'm going to put salt, and I'm going to grind some pepper. Let me get this out of there. And then this is our base. So your base for an aioli is egg, right? Egg and Dijon mustard. And then everything else is an additive. Because I love tarragon with garlic, I'm going to put garlic. Because I love lemon as an acidity. You always have an acidity. So there's either a vinegar or there's a citrus in there, like lime or lemon. Those are the components. And then from what you do from there, it's all up to you. So with this, I'm going to put the lid on this baby. And I'm going to puree this and show you what it looks like. I pureed this. And you can see it's just like a juicy puree, right? Let's take a look at that, right? It's like a juicy puree of the garlic, the tarragon, and all that. Now, at this point, it's very strong because you can't taste the flavor of it now because it's not going to be right because we needed to have the oil in there. That's our medium. That's our fattiness to this. So I have a really nice grapeseed oil here. I would suggest you buy a really good grapeseed oil, something that's non-GMO, something that's really healthy. Actually, a great company out of California, out of Napa Valley, does this, a cold press olive oil, Salute Santal. And it's what a lot of chefs use. It's non-GMO. It's grown in Napa Valley. And it's a cold press too. And it's really super fresh and tasty. It's going to be great with all your vinaigrettes. So with that, I'm going to put in my oil at this point. So at this point, I'm going to probably put in probably 3/4 of a cup, maybe even a cup, probably 3/4 of a cup, okay, of oil. And then we're going to puree it up and take a look at that. I open that, you guys can see now that it's starting to get thicker, right? It's not going to be as thick as a regular mayonnaise you bought in the store at this point because it's kind of, the temperatures are getting kind of room temperature, right? As soon as it gets cold again, it will firm up and get thick. So remember that. So like when we look at it now, I'm seeing like, it's almost like a sauce-like, right? Very creamy. I want to taste it for flavor. Where does it need to be? Well, it needs more salt, okay? Garlic is great. I think it could take more lime. So this recipe is going to call for, basically it's going to call for 2 limes, or not limes, lemons. I don't know why. I don't know why I can't see that, right? Oh, shoot. I thought that was my trash one, but these are my tarragon leaves, which I still want to add back. So I don't want to put my seeds in that. So I got the juice. It looks like half is going to be nice because that's going to be another, it looks like 3 teaspoons of lemon. Okay, so at this point, I want to add a little bit more oil too. So I'm going to put more oil. I want to keep this very clean flavors of the tarragon. So it's mostly grapeseed oil, and I might put a little bit extra virgin olive oil, but let me puree this to see what it looks like. I'm looking at it again. And now it's looking thicker. Wow. That little bit of salt and lemon totally kicked it up. It's perfect now. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to add probably what equates to about 2 tablespoons of extra virgin olive oil. That'll give it that extra virgin flavor. The reason you want to use like this Salute Sante grapeseed oil as a base is because it's not overpowering. It's not super bitter. It's very clean. It's a very healthy oil. And And then you'd use a base for any dressing. That's what you want to use, grapeseed oil, because it's a neutral oil and it's a healthy oil. As long as you're buying a nice one like this, that's non-GMO and from a great cold press. If you're getting like not as high quality a grapeseed oil, like a secondary press or not a cold press one, that's great for cooking and sauteing. But you should still go with a non-GMO for that as well. But at the end, we're going to put the olive oil in. It's almost like when you add truffle oil at the end, just for the flavor, but you're not going to overpower it. If you made this all with extra virgin olive oil, it would not be better. It would be bitter and overpowering. So remember that, okay? Now, because we're at the end of this, and I'm just going to do a power pulse, right? I'm going to throw in my last bit of leaves. And what that's going to do is that's going to give me a puree that has like a little bit of chunks still in it. So let's puree this and see what it looks like. Okay, I did this on 2 pulses, just quickly, right? Because I don't want to emulsify it again. And you can see now I've got the chunks of tarragon in there, and that's what I want. It's almost like you chop them up and put them in there and folded them in, right? Same thing. Now, you taste that. Wow. Incredible. I can't wait to eat it. Okay. This, so good with a piece of fish. Nice piece of flounder, just like a little spoonful of that on top with a little salad during the daytime. Perfect. Piece of salmon, roasted piece of salmon or grilled with a nice little garnish of whatever you want it to. Potatoes, you can make a little Brussels sprout salad next to it and put the tarragon aioli right on top of it. Amazing. I'm going to make tomorrow some artichokes, so you're going to want to look out for that recipe. I'm going to do crispy artichokes with tarragon aioli. So look for that in the future. But for right now, tarragon aioli, put it in your fridge, share it with your friends, have a good time with it. I'm Chef T Max. I can't wait to see you back in the kitchen.